Excellent. Good morning, everyone. TJ here for your 8:30 metabolic conditioning class. Today is week 4 of the phase that we are in, which is 4 as well. So it's an upper push, lower pull sort of day. So you just need a medium pair of dumbbells, a lighter pair of dumbbells for the tricep stuff. And I just rolled out my mat. All right, hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing with all the black. All right, so starting off, we're going to just sit into a child's pose. So sitting back onto those heels with the hands in front of you. Nice job. So then we're going to transition to where we're going to go into that Sphinx pose. So this is where we're on our elbows. So we're face down, but we're on our elbows and we're stretching out the core or the front part of our abdomen. So the Sphinx is a little easier, especially since we are getting started. If you want to try the Cobra, you could try the Cobra when we go back into it. So I want you to go back into child's pose again, one last time. Just stretching out that low back. And we're going to go back into that Sphinx or the Cobra, and I'm going to go into the Cobra for this one. So the Cobra is being on the hands. The Sphinx is being on your elbows, but just stretching out through that lower part of your core or the abdomen into those like hip flexors or those muscles where the legs bend when we're sitting, especially in that hip. All right. So the next one that we're going to do is we're going to move into a plank or a pillar bridge, as most of you know it. So whether you're on your feet or if you're on your knees, it's totally up to you. But it's just bracing the core, and we're going to hold for 30 seconds. Ready? Up. So with your pillar bridge, just making sure that the hands are directly underneath the shoulders, keeping that belly button drawn towards the spine, keeping your body straight from head to shoulder, hip to either knee or your feet. Nice job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So we're going to move into, I already forgot what the next stretch was. All right. So we're going to move into our Pigeon Stretch. So I'm going to allow a break with that pillar bridge. So that Pigeon Stretch is one leg behind you, and then the other leg is in front, and it's bent at 90 degrees. It might be a little easier to do up on your couch or something that's elevated that isn't going to roll away from you. But again, feeling the stretch through the front of the hip. We're going to switch feet. So one leg behind you, and the other one is going to be at 90. And like I said, if you're more elevated, it's a little easier to do. We'll work on that one. All right. So let's go back into the plank just one last time. We'll do more stretching at the end. All right, so pillar bridge or plank. Ready? Up. So whether you're on your knees or you're on your feet, again, straight body, parallel to the floor. Nice job. Keep it up. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Child's pose one last time, and then we will move into the next part. of this movement preparation. All right, so we're gonna move into the next movement prep. And so I want you to extend your right leg with your leg straight. So we're pretty much still on the ground. My right leg or my left leg is going to be bent and my right leg is going to be straight. And we're going to stretch out the back of the leg. And so just having a hand on each side of you. And then we're going to transition to where that leg up front that was straight is now going to be bent. And we're going to lean into it. So again, very similar to our pigeon stretch that we did earlier. And so we're stretching out through that left side of the hip flexor. So we're kind of rocking in this sense where it's kind of like you go from your hamstring stretch. You hold for a bit, and then we're gonna do that hip flexor stretch, all right? So let's go back to that hamstring one. And let's go back to that hip flexor stretch. So that leg that's in front of you is at 90 degrees. And now let's switch legs. So left leg is going to be straight. The right leg is going to be bent at 90 degrees now. So stretching out the back of the leg. And now I want you to bend that front leg to 90 degrees and just kind of pushing yourself forward. Now feeling that stretch through the right side of that hip. And I want you to go back to your hamstring stretch. So one last time for this one, we'll move on to the next. Nice job. And one last hip flexor stretch. So again, that front leg is at 90 degrees. That back leg is at 90 degrees too if we weren't leaning forward or pushing ourselves forward, feeling that stretch. Nice job. All right, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to do that upside down V. So kind of think of that mountain position where you look like a mountain. And so it's just kind of stretching out the back of the calves. You can alternate the feet. Kind of thinking like you're on a stepper. Otherwise, you could just hold. Nice job. Come down to the knees. And we're going to do the stretch stay up on your knees. Should have wrote my board a little nicer. All right, so we're going to do a back scratcher. So my right hand is going to be patting myself on the back, and that left hand is going to come up from the bottom part. And it's trying to get your fingers to touch. And then I want you to switch those hands. All right, let's go back into that upside down V position or that mountain. And if you want, you can step. So imagine like you're stepping with your feet, feeling that stretch through the back of the calf. Otherwise, you could just hold it there. So we're going to do one last back scratcher. So we're going to come down. And remember that one hand comes up from the bottom of the low back, and the other one is patting your back from the top, or patting yourself on the back. And again, try to get those middle fingers to touch, but don't push it, especially if you have a questionable shoulder. All right, other side. All right, nice job. All right, so get a drink of water really quick. We're gonna move into the ESD portion really fast. All right, so for the ESD portion, since I'm already standing, we'll stay standing for the first two. Actually, for the first one. So we're gonna go scissor kicks. And so pretty much it's the feet are apart, like you think like a scissor, and we're gonna jump. And so the legs stay straight, just like so. All right, ready, set, go. The other two elements will be on the floor, just to let you know. So this is the only standing one that we will do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, so taking it to the mat. And so we're going to go plank jack. So very kind of, well, almost similar to that scissor. We're gonna get into kind of that pillar bridge that we did earlier. And we're going to jump the feet out like we were doing a jumping jack, all right? Otherwise, you could step and touch. Ready, set, go. So keeping that core engaged. Again, challenging the core while we're moving those legs. Otherwise, you could step and touch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose for me really fast. All right. So again, it's like we're challenging the core with all of these kind of core related exercises. So the next one that we're going to do is pretty much being in that pillar bridge again. We're now going to hop the feet in and hop the feet out. Otherwise, you could step one foot at a time. You could bring it in, out, out. All right, totally up to you. Think of a frog. Ready, set, go. So keeping that core engaged. So even if it's a baby hop, keep going. Otherwise, you could step it in, out, out. Nice job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. And when you're ready, I want you to stand up slowly. Just remember your head was below your heart or in line with your heart. So you might feel a little dizzy when you stand up. We're going to go back to that scissor kick. Ready? Set, go. So straight legs. And remember, it doesn't have to be a big separation of the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So we're going to move onto the floor again. And it's that plank jack or that step and touch if you need something just a little slower. All right. So getting ready into that pillar plank or pillar bridge. My bad. All right. Ready? Go. Keep going. If it starts to become too challenging, remember you could step and touch out to the side. So step out, bring it in, step out with the other leg, bring it in, still keeping the core engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Child's pose for me really quick before we do that frog one, where you're jumping in and out with your feet. All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. So hop in, hop out, hop in, and out. Just doing what you can. So again, you can step in, out, out. Or you could jump the feet in, jump the feet out. Just make sure that the bottoms of the knees are not hitting the floor really hard. When you're doing it, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Child's pose really quick. All right, so we've got one more round. So we're gonna start off with that scissor kick. That's the challenging part about those last two exercises, is being in that pillar bridge. They're really testing your core. Wears you out a lot quicker. All right, last scissor kick. Ready, set, go. Remember, you don't have to take a big separation with the legs. It could be just a tiny one, like so, or it could be a little bigger. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, take it to the mat. So we're going to move into that plank jack. So up to you whether it's jumping both feet in and out at the same time, or stepping one out and then the other. Ready? Go. Keep it up. Come on. So it's the second to last ESD exercise that we will be doing. Remember, you can step in and out if you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose for me. So one last and final element is going to be that frog jump, where we're jumping both feet in at the same time or alternating. All right. So last time, get ready, set, go. Nice job. After this, we'll get a drink of water. Keep going. Remember, you can step it in, out, out. Keep going. My shoe came untied. Keep going. Keep going. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Really quick. When you stand up, just remember that your head was below or in line with your heart, just so that you don't feel dizzy as we stand up, but stand up slowly. When you're ready, get a drink of water. All right, So we're going to start off with the strength portion, working the back of the legs. So I'm going to move my dumbbells out of the way. I'll be slightly off my mat, but that's all right. All right, so starting off, we're going to do a hamstring walkout. So the feet are going to be up by your backside. And then we're going to walk those feet out and then walk them back in. Walk them back out. Ready? Go. So keeping that hip up as we walk the feet in and we walk the feet out. And as you walk the feet out, you're still keeping your hip up off the ground. And if it helps, taking smaller steps. Otherwise, you move through it too quick. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. I'm going to scoot myself down. So grabbing your dumbbells, we're going to do our chest press, which we're going to do a little differently than we did the first time. So the hands are going to face each other. We're going to bring those elbows down by our side, and then we're going to push up. So arms down by the side. Those arms are 90 degrees. Push up. Ready? Go. Nice job. So with this particular exercise, if there are any shoulder issues or anything like that, this particular exercise is good. You can still work the chest without involving the shoulders so much. Great job. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put those dumbbells down. So the next one that we are going to do is we're going to, if you have a chair close by, use it. That's the one thing I forgot to mention that was needed. So if you have a chair, a coffee table, a couch, any of those work. We're going to put our feet up at 90 degrees and with our heel on the edge of the chair or the table, and we're going to push up and down. All right, working the back of the legs. Ready? Go. If your feet are together and your knees are together, it's going to be more challenging than if your feet are apart. One thing to keep in mind that the higher your feet are up off the ground with this exercise, the more challenging it becomes. So if you have something a little lower or you need something a little higher, nice job. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right. So with the next one, we're going to go back to that chest press, but this time we're going to press our hip. So with the feet flat on the floor, we're going to press that hip up. We're going to do the exact same thing that we did with those elbows by the side, being at 90 degrees and pushing up. Ready? Go. So with this particular one, with your feet and your knees, having them shoulder width apart, you feel a little more stable. You don't feel like you're gonna fall if your feet were together and your knees were together. Always an option though if you were looking to make it interesting. So feeling this through the chest, a little bit through the back of the arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. We're going to set those down And we're going to get into, we're gonna do a glute exercise, which I know is not part of the pushing aspect, but I really feel like we need to target our glutes or our backside. So we're gonna be on our hands and feet. So think reverse crab walk, and we're just going to move the hip up and down. So squeezing through the glutes at the top. This also is for the low back. Ready, go. So even though we're doing the exercise, like yes, we are focusing on our glutes and our low back because those are important. But I just wanted to make sure that we weren't placing too much focus, especially with the hamstrings, but always keeping it balanced between the front part of the legs and the back part of the legs. Nice job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So we're gonna lie back down to the mat. Again, this time, totally up to you. You could grab one dumbbell. You're going to hang on to the ends. And I want you to bend your arms at 90 degrees, bringing that dumbbell towards your forehead, and then straighten the arms at the top, back down, back up. Ready, set, go. You can do this with 2 dumbbells if you have them. Definitely more challenging. So this is a laying tricep extension. So we're laying down, we bend the arms, we extend those arms, feeling it through the back of that upper arm. Nice job. So this is the last one for round 1, and then we're going to move into round 2. Nice job, keep going. If you have 2 dumbbells, you could always move it to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, so putting those dumbbells down, we're going to move into round 2. So I'm going to scoot myself back so I have enough room for that hamstring walkout. All right, so remember, so hip up, feet are flat on the ground. We're taking small steps out and small steps in. Ready, set, go. Keeping that hip up, making sure that the backside does not touch the ground. Now, if you can only walk it out halfway, that's fine, just do what you can. Otherwise, what you could do as an option is you could walk it out. You could set your legs down at the bottom, move your feet back, press your hip up, and then walk it out slowly again. If you feel like that's a little easier on the low back, because this one can probably feel to be a little much. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, so I'm going to scoot myself a little closer to my dumbbells. So this is that chest one that we did. So your feet are flat on the ground. This time you're not pressing your hip up off the ground, you're just keeping your hip down. Remember, elbows at 90 degrees by your side, push up and down. Ready? Go. So needing 2 dumbbells for this one of medium resistance. If you have heavier, you could use heavier. Nice job. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, dumbbells down. So remember, if you have that chair close by, or coffee table or couch, I want you to put your feet up at 90. So heels on the edge of the table or the chair. We're gonna push that hip up and down. Ready? Go. So remember, you can have your feet apart, knees apart. Is easier, a little more challenging if your feet are together and your knees are together. And also do keep in mind that the higher your feet are off the ground, the harder it could be. Nice job. Keep it up. Push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're going to push ourselves back away from our chair. We're going to grab our dumbbells, and this time it's keeping that hip up the whole time that we're doing that pressing motion that we did the first time. Ready, set, go. So pressing that hip up, elbows come down to 90 degrees. Pushing the arms straight up. Again, feeling it through the chest with little shoulders involved. Just remember, keep that hip up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. So putting those dumbbells down, we're going to go into that global bridge. So remember, feet flat on the floor and your hands are behind you. Remember, think crab walk from elementary school. Ready, go. So for this one, you're not walking. We're just moving the hip up and down. Now, if you want to make it, again, a little more challenging, what I said about the feet and the legs, bringing those together, squeezing through the hips as you press them up towards the ceiling. Nice job. Working the glutes and the low back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, lying on our back. We're going to move into that tricep one. So remember, whether it's one dumbbell holding the ends or 2 dumbbells, and we're doing them at the same time. All right, ready, set, go. After this, we have one last and final round of those exercises that we've been doing between our chest and our hamstrings, our triceps, a little bit of the low back, the glutes. Great job. If you have 2 dumbbells and it becomes too much, you could go one arm at a time while the other arm stays extended, or you could just hold one end of the dumbbell while you're doing so. Unless you're already doing that, then you may need to drop down to a lighter weight. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right. So I'm just going to put my arms or my dumbbells down for a moment. Just shake out those arms really quick. All right. So remember, we're starting off with that hamstring walkout. So I'm gonna scoot myself back. All right. So remember, last and final time. So feet flat on the floor, hip up, walking the feet out and walking the feet in. Ready, set, go. So walk the feet out, small steps. Sometimes I take too big of a step and then I already have to walk back. So small steps. Keep that hip up. Nice job. Keep going. Keep that hip up. Making sure your hands are down, out by your side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, everyone. All right, so we're going to grab our dumbbells. Feet are still flat on the floor, so your legs are bent. Remember, elbows by your side at 90 degrees. We're pushing up and down, so the hip stays down on this one. All right, ready, set, go. Fantastic job, everyone. Keep it up. So this is the last and final round that we are doing. We'll run through stretches. Nice job. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put those dumbbells down. Go to your chair or your couch or your coffee table. All right. So feet up at 90 degrees or legs up at 90 degrees with the heels resting on the edge. Ready, we're pressing up and down. Go. Nice job. Keep it going. Keep pressing that hip up and down. Squeezing through your glutes, feeling it through the back of the leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. I'm going to scoot myself back away from my chair. All right, so grabbing those dumbbells. Remember, this time we're pressing that hip up as we do that press, that chest press with the elbows by the side. All right, so press the hip up. Ready, go. Nice job. So keeping that hip up, squeezing through those glutes just to keep that hip engaged or turned on while we're pressing those arms up and down. So this is a slightly different chest press, kind of like we're doing it at a decline with the hip up. Nice job. Got this. Come on, push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Put those dumbbells down. So we're going to move into that global bridge. All right, so feet flat on the floor. Remember, legs are at 90 degrees, arms are behind you, and your hands are flat on the ground. Ready? Go. Just remember, if you want it to be more challenging, bringing those feet and those legs, or those feet and those knees closer together as we're pressing that hip up and down. Kind of like we're trying to make a table from our shoulder, our hip to our knee, and then moving that hip back down. Really push that hip up, being aware of your form. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, so one last and final exercise that we are doing, and that is that tricep extension for the back of the arm. Grab your dumbbell or dumbbells. Remember, bend the arm at 90 degrees and straighten at the top. Ready? Go. Nice job. Remember, finish strong. This is the last and final exercise. We'll run through stretches. A good start to the Friday. Nice job. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right. So put those dumbbells down, still staying on the floor. I just want you to sit up with your legs out in front of you. Just reach for your ankles or mid-calf or toes, whichever. Feeling that stretch through the back of the leg. Nice job. All right. So we're just going to do a butterfly stretch just for the inner thigh. All right. So the bottoms of your feet are touching with your knees out by your side. Thinking a butterfly. Again, just holding this position. Otherwise, you can lean forward if that flexibility is there. Nice job. All right, so coming out of that, we're going to come up onto the knees, interlock our hands, place it back behind our head, push our head back into our hands, feeling that stretch through the back of the chest, or through the back of the chest, through the front of the chest. Sometimes there are days where you just trip over your words. It's all good. So feeling this through the chest, otherwise you can have your hands behind you and just lifting. One last and final stretch that we're going to do is that tricep stretch. So right hand flat on your back, left hand is grabbing your right elbow. One last and final time, other side. Left hand flat on your back, right hand is grabbing that left elbow. All right, great job, everyone. So have a great Friday. We will see you next week. Do remember that the hours for the fitness center, we are now open at 6:30 a.m. starting on Monday. All right, so hope to see you there. Bye, everyone.